Hi, Matthew Glazier here from WhatAcca.com. We've got predictions and tips for the 10 Premier League games taking place this weekend. If you haven't been to WhatAcca.com before, then head over, get yourself signed up for the email, which is going to give you Acca tips on a daily basis, and read lots of different articles helping you with your punting, and hopefully we'll be able to point you in the direction of a few winners. This weekend, the Premier League kicks off at Old Trafford. Manchester United play Everton. I'm not a huge fan of Manchester United, as you might have been able to tell from previous videos, and I'm certainly looking to oppose them against Everton in this match. I thought that United were lucky to win the game on Wednesday night against Villarreal. I think they probably would have been fortunate to get a draw, to be honest. Villarreal just didn't have their shooting boots on, didn't finish their chances, and Danjuma, for all his skill, didn't have a left foot to match his right. So, United were really lucky to win that match. We think they're too short against Everton. There's a few different ways you can get against the Red Devils here. We think Everton +1 on the Asian handicap is probably the sort of the safest way to go with him, but we wouldn't put you off going Everton or draw on the double chance, or even an Everton win. Apart from that 3-0 defeat at Villa Park, the Toffees have looked really good this season, very bright. Yerry Mina and Michael Keane should be able to keep things tight at the back, along with Jordan Pickford as well. And then Abdoulaye Doucouré is having a fantastic season alongside Alan and having a box-to-box role. So we'll go with Everton in some way, shape or form. Everton +1 would be our safest verdict there. Burnley clash with Norwich. Neither team have got a win at the moment, but Norwich have got a -14 goal difference, which is pretty abject at this point in the season. Although Burnley are odds on, we still want to get with the Clarets, I think, for this selection. So I think on the full-time result market, you can back Burnley, maybe put it in an accumulator bet. I don't think they're too far away from their first win after a 2-2 draw at Leicester, and they did nearly beat Leeds earlier in the season at Turf Moor. Chelsea are up against Southampton. It's not been a great week for Thomas Tuchel's Blues. They lost at home to Manchester City and were probably second best at Juventus on Wednesday. But we do think they'll return to winning ways here. Obviously, they are really short to win the game, but we think Chelsea and both teams to score no is a relatively good play at odds against. The Saints are shot shy. They didn't look like scoring too often against Wolves last weekend. They did get a 0-0 at the Etihad the week before, but keeping Chelsea at bay for 90 minutes, where Tuchel's really looking to sort of get back on track and adopt an attacking formation, might be too much to ask for the visitors. Leeds are up against Watford. Slightly difficult one to call insofar as that Leeds are odds on, but they haven't had a win in 6. So do you go for the odds on? Not sure. Watford are hot and cold. They were probably fortunate to get a draw against Newcastle last weekend. They have clocked up a couple of wins, although they kind of caught Villa cold on the opening day of the season, and their only other win was against a rudderless Norwich side as well. But I think we're just going to go BTTS yes here. Leeds don't really do clean sheets, so that's our verdict. Wolves play Newcastle. Can't be confident about Wolves at odds on here. They lost at home to Brentford in their last match at Molineux. Newcastle were really good at Watford, not just St Maximin either. They just looked dangerous. They posed a number of threats and really should have won that game. So I wouldn't put you off the idea of Newcastle winning, but not many Newcastle backers, I'm sure, based on the fact that they haven't won a game yet this season. So maybe the draw is the best play. We'd certainly look to get against Wolves in some shape or form, despite Jose Sarr looking the real deal between the sticks. Brighton clash with Arsenal. Think we might be foolish, but Arsenal are off the back of 3 wins and they seem to be improving with every performance. So we think that front four is going to pose a few problems for a Seagulls team who were a bit fluky to get the draw at Crystal Palace on Monday and were second best to the Eagles in that match. I know Graham Potter's team are riding high and have got lots of points on the board, but they were chinned at home to Everton earlier in the season. So when they come up against Mikel Arteta's resurgent Arsenal team with that front four of Odegaard, Smith Rowe, Saka and Aubameyang, I'm not sure that Brighton will have the answers they need for this one. Just an Arsenal win here. Crystal Palace are up against Leicester. I think Palace are a really big price here, and I think you should look to get against the Foxes, who the bookies seem to think the Foxes are going to sort of find a way back from their sort of early season malaise, but they've got Europa League commitments and things are just not right defensively with Leicester, as Brendan Rodgers alluded to when drawing 2-2 with Burnley last weekend. So think I wouldn't put you off the idea of just backing Palace as just a straight win there as well. And if you want to go with them on the draw no bet, you get odds against as well. I think Conor Gallagher's been an absolute revelation for them and really taken the attacking pressure off Wilfried Zaha, and Patrick Vieira is doing a really admirable job. So we think with home advantage, they're just such a big price, and I'd be happy just to back them on the 1x2 market here. Moving into the next Sunday match, Tottenham against Aston Villa. I think Aston Villa are probably a slightly better team than Tottenham at the moment, so we'd look to get with the visitors in this clash there, fresh from winning 1-0 Old Trafford, and that wasn't a smash and grab raid by any stretch. They were the better team against Manchester United, so they'll come up against a Tottenham side who are under real pressure to get something out of this game after 3 straight defeats. I mean, Nuno Espirito Santo is he's on borrowed time, you might argue, and especially if they lost this game, you might wonder if a change might be made there. But I think Villa plus a half a goal on the Asian handicap could be a sensible play here. Ollie Watkins and Danny Ings are a formidable front two. They haven't quite started firing yet together, but I think this might be the match they do it in. John McGinn's driving the midfield forward. Defensively, they look quite sound. They're keeping clean sheets, and Martinez at the back. I just think, Villa you could back on full-time result market, but half a goal gives you a little bit more, gives you the draw as well. West Ham clash with Brentford. We're going for a similar bet here. I think the visitors with half a goal is not a bad shout, given that the Bees have actually avoided defeat in 5 of their 6 matches so far, and that includes matches against Arsenal, which they won, and Liverpool, which they drew. They were really good against Liverpool. They showed so much bravery to come from behind twice to get a point, and I think they can pose some problems for a West Ham team who are in Europa League action on Thursday night. Thomas Frank's side just will really relish this opportunity, and West Ham, I think from a defensive point of view, they can be got at. They've fallen behind in a couple of their matches this season to come back, but I think on this occasion Brentford's tactical know-how might see them get at least a draw. So Brentford half a goal there, or you could go Brentford or draw on the double chance. And finally, the match at Anfield takes place between Liverpool and Manchester City. I think what you've got to appreciate here is neither team will want to go into the international break off the back of a defeat at Anfield, and therefore it could be defences on top. City went to Stamford Bridge last weekend and it was a 1-0 win for them, and it was a relatively tight contest. Even though Liverpool went goal crazy against Brentford and did the same away to Porto, they're going to be a lot more refined with the way that they approach this match. Trent Alexander-Arnold is going to be replaced by James Milner in the right-back position, so it'll be more of a workman-like sort of back four. They certainly won't want to give City the opportunity to sort of come in and attack them and probe away. So this could be quite a fairly cagey opening to the match. Similarly, City will not want to let Liverpool's front three get any space in behind. So under 2.5 goals for this one. Think it's a fairly sensible play, for even though both teams are so good from an attacking point of view, we're also confident that they'll be strong defensively. Those are the 10 predictions for this weekend's Premier League. Head over to WhatAcca.com where you'll get a full write-up with all of those predictions so you can go through the summary. Check out the weekend tips. We're going to go live with more accumulator tips as we enter the month of October, and hopefully we'll be able to yield some more winners for our loyal and valuable readers. Take care, guys.